Hey, Forrest here. Nothing like getting paid. And with ICCU's mobile app, I can deposit checks or accept Zelle payments so the money hits my account fast. I just wish there was an app for mowing the rest of these lawns.
Right now, Lithia Ford of Boise is buying used vehicles. How much you want for the SUV?
I don't know.
Well, Lithia Ford will give you more than that.
How much more?
More than you think.
I'm not thinking anything.
I'm thinking you might get even more than that. See how much more you can get at Lithia Ford of Boise.
When it comes to concrete, we've got you covered. Rowpaint.com offers custom concrete coating services for your garage, business, warehouse, and more. And we do it in one day. We are your complete concrete coatings solution.
Welcome to the Lithia Ford of Boise pregame show from Bronco Nation News. As we get you set for the latest news, insight, and analysis as game time approaches, the BNN pregame show is presented by Lithia Ford of Boise. Check out LithiaFordBoise.com to view the full inventory of vehicles, or check them out at 8853 West Fairview in Boise. Now, let's head out and join BJ Rains for the Lithia Ford of Boise pregame show from Bronco Nation News.
Well, good evening, Boise State fans. Greetings to you wherever you are joining us, whether it be on the YouTube channel, the Facebook account, the Twitter account of Bronco Nation News. We appreciate you for checking out the Lithia Ford of Boise pregame show. We are live at Clune Arena here at the Air Force Academy, Colorado Springs. We appreciate you for checking us out. My name is BJ Rains, and we bring you courtside here. We got Abe Jackson as well as we get you set for Boise State at Air Force. Abe Jackson, how you doing, man?
I'm good. It was a brisk 8 degrees when we landed today, and I think it might have hit double digits at some point this afternoon.
Yeah, it is a much different temperature than it's going to be San Diego on Friday. Going to be a much different atmosphere as well. Clune Arena, very interesting arena. I have a clip that I'm going to show later on the show. I did a little tour and walked over, recorded how close it is to the ice rink. I don't know if you've been up there or not, but I mean, the ice rink is right back there. Yeah. They have the track facility as well, kind of all in this big building.
Building is sweet. I mean, it's a fantastic hockey arena that they have in the building. The indoor track facility with shot put, long. I mean, everything that you need for a track event, and it's a cool setup. It's a cool building.
It is. It's why I would call it one of the more unique venues in college athletics. When you have a hockey arena, a track, a basketball arena, all under the same roof. But interesting game tonight for Boise State, Abe. I tried to ask Leon Rice about the quote unquote proverbial trap game. He wanted no part of that. But you look at the situation, an Air Force team that's much improved. Boise State coming off 2 home wins, knowing they have theoretically a bigger game on Friday in San Diego. A place they've historically struggled, 4-5 here, as we said, in their last 9 games. I mean, the spread's only like 8 points for this one when you think it should be more. I don't know. I just wouldn't surprise me if this game was close. We're going to find out a lot about what this team's made of tonight.
Yeah, it's an interesting games now, especially with how all the rankings come out of who you play, where you play them, how much you beat them by. So I think that kind of takes away that trap game mentality because you have to show up every game, whether or not you're playing someone at the bottom of the conference on your own home court or you're going to San Diego State the next day. If you don't take care of business in that one day, it could affect your entire season. So like you said, though, this is an interesting place to play, and it's an interesting style of team to play as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, we talked about the difference in, the weather and things. I never got to my point in terms of the atmosphere. You go to Viejas Arena on Friday, it's going to be sold out, 12,500 people, one of the louder arenas of the season. You come here, and they're going to have some fans, I think. In years past, they've had snowstorms and COVID and things where there were no fans here, but there's some fans filing in, but it's certainly going to be probably one of the quieter arenas you play in all season, a lot of empty seats. It's one of those kind of got to make your own energy games.
Sure, for sure, yeah. And the guys who've been here before, I'm sure, have talked to the guys who haven't been here before, saying, "Hey, it's going to be one of the quieter places we play, but it's also going to be against a team that is a unique style of play." And we've seen the Broncos come here and do extremely well. Last year, shoot 69% from the game, and then a few years ago, they get beat here when I believe Michael Lyons put up 40 on the Broncos. So it's really been hit and miss on how the Broncos perform in this arena. But there's one thing about this Bronco team that keeps showing up to me, and that's mental toughness. They are extremely mentally tough, and it really started in that Myrtle Beach tournament where they scored 11 points in the first half, had a horrible game against Charlotte, and then bounced back and beat Loyola Chicago and Colorado. This is a mentally tough team. I don't think this environment or this type of team is really going to have an effect on the Broncos this year as maybe it has on some other teams in the past.
I was ready. We almost had a ball come flying over, and we almost had the laptop up on the right before. If the laptop had been there, that might have been a $2,500 laptop. Might have been. This show might have been an early night for me, but we made it work. Tyson Degenhart was able to keep the ball from hitting us there on the overthrow. But another thing here, Abe, is this Air Force team's better than the Air Force teams have been the last several years.
They are. Now, they don't maybe have the individual scorers like an A.J. Walker from last year or a Michael Lyons from 5 or 6 years ago, but they have a cohesion on this team that makes them harder to deal with than maybe just one guy that you can focus on. So they have guys who score 12 and 8 and 14, and then, of course, the offense that they run. It's the Princeton, the backdoor cuts. And what makes this team tough, not only are they better, but this is such a different type of game than what you're going to play at San Diego State, where you throw the ball out and athletes are just all over, and you got to get up and down the court. As a coach, you don't want your players to overthink in basketball. You want them to react to situations. But this is a game where you have to think more than your average game. Some players thrive in that, and some players completely break down.
What is it about the Princeton offense, the way they run it? You know, they come in at 352 out of, I think, 363 teams in terms of average length of possession on offense. They're going to use most of the shot clock. They're going to continue to move the ball, and like you said, the back cuts, the screening, they kind of lull you to sleep and then hit you with that backdoor cut with 3 seconds on the shot clock a lot. But what is it that makes that style of quote-unquote Princeton offense, all the cutting and screening, what makes it so hard to defend?
Well, it's exactly that. It's because you can get lulled to sleep by their movement, and you think your guy's not even going to come close to touching the ball, and then all of a sudden you kind of get out of a stance. Maybe you take your eye off your man, and then you turn around, and you're just catching his backside because he just back cut you. So you always have to have your head looking at the ball and your man because you never know where a back cut's going to come from. And on the help side, because there's so many back cuts, you have to be ready to come over and help your guy if one of your teammates gets beat.
Quickly, the bench. We haven't seen much from them. It's been a storyline all season, but no points 2 games ago, 3 points last game. Leon didn't even sub till there was 6 minutes, 45 seconds left in the second half in terms of the second half subbing. At altitude tonight, you know, only had 2 days off from the last game. You have to assume the bench is going to need to play more tonight.
Yeah, and it's going to be a question mark for the rest of the year. And I think if there's anything that's going to bite Boise State in the butt at some point, it's going to be that bench because you just can't rely on your starters to give you 97% of your points every single game. They're going to have some off games. So you need someone like a Kobe Young to give you 6, Jace Whiting to get knocked down a 3-pointer. Maybe your bigs have a couple buckets. So if the bench can get to about 8 to 12 points a game, which isn't a lot, but it would be really good for this bench, that would go a really long way.
Final thing in 15 seconds or so, quick keys to the game for Boise State.
I think there's 2 things. I think, one, you have to shoot a good percentage because you're not going to get that many possessions because Air Force takes so long with the ball. And then 2, it's defensive rebounding. You're in a defensive stance for 30 seconds against this team and the Falcons, and then you give up an offensive rebound and you got to get back down in a stance for another 30 seconds. Your chances of getting a stop on that second offensive possession for them go way down.
Well, 670 KBOI. We'll be listening in about 10 minutes. You and Bob Beeler on the pregame show. You'll have the broadcast top of the hour. This is one of those Mountain West Network games. So hopefully folks will find the stream. I guess it's on some altitude channel. If you have DirecTV, you can search it. But turn on the radio, turn down the sound on the TV, and listen to you guys. We appreciate it, man.
All right.
And have a good call, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
There he is, Abe Jackson. Appreciate him. Want to remind you, Cutwater Spirits. Check them out. More than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails. And again, we got a lot to get to. We're going to have some more interviews. We got a cool tour of Clune Arena. Most importantly, we want your comments, your score predictions, your shout-outs here on the Lithia Florida Boise pregame show. I want to thank a couple of our sponsors, though, and as I said, Cutwater Spirits. Make sure you check them out. More than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails. You can pick it up at your local gas station or grocery store. Our title sponsor is rowpaint.com. 15% off is that promo code. That's right. The promo code is BNN15. That's all you have to do, and use the promo code BNN15. You get 15% off of that next interior painting project that you're working on. So make sure you check out the promo code there, BNN15 at rowpaint.com. Lithia Ford of Boise as well. They're paying top dollar for used cars and trucks, even if you don't buy from us. It's all done in 3 easy steps. share your vehicle information, make an appointment, get a cash offer from the appraiser while you wait. Hassle-free on the spot at Lithia Ford of Boise. I was in there yesterday getting an oil change. Again, our Rains family is so happy with the truck that we purchased from them, and they'll take care of you over there at Lithia Ford. Make sure you check them out. And one more major sponsor I want to shout out, Idaho Central Credit Union. They sponsor our road trip coverage. They help us get down to these road games. The only local Boise media outlet, other than KBOI and Bob Beeler that are calling the game, to be down here, Bronco Nation News, and it's because of Idaho Central Credit Union. It's because of all of our sponsors and all of our subscribers, but our road trip sponsor coverage is Idaho Central Credit Union. We appreciate them. ICCU.com. Get more information. Sign up for an account. Their online banking is so easy to use, and I'm so happy that the Rains family made the switch. Again, Idaho Central Credit Union. Boise State is in the locker room right now, and as I said, this is a very unique arena here at Clune Arena. I want to show you that in a minute, but let's get to some of the comments and things. And again, let us know where you're watching from. Let us know your score predictions. Kurt Blake, time for another win. He's got 77-51 Broncos. Chase Love's got 74-48. Let's see. Joel is going to be in the arena tonight, so it's a guaranteed win. Don't think it will be blowout. I'll say 68-54. I am going to bring Joel York from the Blue Collar Club on in a couple of minutes. He's actually going to come over and hang out with us because I saw him there, so we will throw him on. Broncos undefeated the last 2 years when Joel's in the house for a road game. It's a good sign. Greg Myers, 82-65. We got our intern Jaden chiming in, 70-61. That sounds about right, probably. 65-63. Jay's got it being a close game here. Let's get the dub. We want Abe Jackson. Well, you got Abe Jackson. We really appreciate him for coming on. Let's see what else. We'd love to see Sada playing today. I definitely think you'll get some production. I don't know about production, but you'll get some time for the bench. The bench will see some minutes in this game. There's no doubt about it. I think you're going to see the bench play. Just at altitude, fatigue, you don't want that to be a factor, and I think Leon's going to go deeper in his bench. So who is that guy going to be? Is it going to be Sada? Is it going to be Jace Whiting? Who's going to be the guy to step up and maybe be the surprise player of the game? Is it Burke Smith again? Is it Lucas Milner? There's going to be somebody could be the hero of tonight's games that we don't even know about, and we'll have to wait and see. Dan's got 79-72 for Dan Baldwin. Go Broncos there. Dan is a recent subscriber. Appreciate you. Hope you get your shirt. It went out. It should have been there today, I think. Randy Stevens watching from Charlotte, North Carolina. Let's go Broncos. Anyone but the Cardinals. Kurt said, there's a Cubs jab. 83-67 for Randy. Logan's mad about the New Mexico game. It's at 8:30 on a Wednesday. It is a little difficult time. It's kind of bad timing for that one. Abe rocks. Yes, he does. Collins got 64-51. That's probably about right. I think it could be a little closer than that, though. Looks like Collins liking the cover. Kobe Young going to be going off. Maybe that's the guy. Yeah, there you go. Sandy Keene watching from Illinois. Appreciate you, Sandy. My son Naismith, 66-58, says Naismith. 66-58. That's probably a pretty close score. I like that one. So Howard Crane has Go Broncos. Wait, the game's not televised. If you have DirecTV, it's on the Altitude channel, which I think is 681. Otherwise, if you don't have Altitude, I think you can check it out on it's on the Mountain West Network. So the Mountain West Network will have it. And then, as I said, if you have Altitude, you can watch it there. But just go download the app. It's pretty easy. If you have a smart TV, you can get the Mountain West Network app, and then it's essentially the same thing as where can we watch the game? My wife says, you should know this by now. You go to the Mountain West Network app. Again, if you have Roku or a smart TV, anybody can just download that Mountain West Network app, and then you can watch it straight from there. I think you can also watch it online at themw.com. Also, Ryan McCollum wants to see Sada and Ganga have his breakout game tonight. That very well could happen. Charleston, South Carolina, 75-62. Mountain West Network app before. There we go, Josh. Appreciate you. Again, get those comments in, those score predictions. We want to hear them. We got a lot to get to. I got some clips from Leon Rice. Also want to show a tour of Clune Arena, which I'll do in just a minute. But first, want to shout out a couple more of our sponsors while we get rolling here. Looking for a new job? How about Transportation Compliance Service? Check them out, transcompservice.com, 866-813-7620, transcompservice.com. They can help you in the trucking industry, get out there towing that first load. And it could be the Amazon truck in your neighborhood, the big rig you see on your screen here. If you're looking for a new job, trucking industry is a great one. They can help you out at transcompservice.com. The Blue and Orange Store, check them out, theblueandorangestore.com. Go get that Boise State gear. You got some big home games coming up. You got the spring game coming up. second floor of the Boise Town Square Mall next to Pro Image. Get on in there and get some Boise Steak gear at the Blue and Orange store. And if you make an order online, you get free shipping if the order is at least $40 at the blueandorangestore.com. So check them out, blueandorangestore.com, and get that order of at least $40 and get free shipping. And Ridley's Family Markets, go download their app, the new Ridley's app. It's a very cool app, and you get exclusive savings in the app you can only use on the app. So if you go to the Clune location, Star location, wherever, McCall, you name it, you download the Ridley's app, and then you can get some exclusive deals on there, up to 40% off on a lot of things. So shop Ridleys.com. You can find one of the 13 locations near you. And again, we appreciate the Ridleys. Go download that app, Ridley's Family Market. Okay, so let's see here. I wanted to show you Clune Arena. All right, so this is Clune Arena, and I took this earlier today. So you see it's the basketball arena. It's a nice little arena. You can see it. It's actually would be really cool if it was full. If the arena was full, it would be awesome, but it's usually not. But it's a good-sized arena for the Mountain West. And then, look, as we walk here towards the out the concourse, you can see the people selling the candy and the hot dogs and things like that. But you go right on over in the same concourse, and there you are. And sorry for my choppy camera work. In the ice rink. Never had that happen before. The file just stopped halfway through. How about that? There's the ice rink. I'll pause it before it loses it again. But really odd that the ice rink, and it's just the way that they do it is different. And but that's kind of what they have going on here. And it's the same arena that has the ice rink and the basketball arena and the track and field. So it's a pretty unique venue here at the Air Force Academy. And you never know who you're going to find. And there he is, Joel York from the Blue Collar Club. What's up, man?
Welcome to the Springs.
Yeah, man. Let me see if I can turn your mic up a little bit here. Let me know, folks, if you can hear him okay.
Oh, here we go. Testing.
Can we hear you okay? I think we can. I think we're okay. But so you live in the area now?
I do. I live about 30 minutes away from here. And, they did hand out free bucket hats tonight, too.
Where is your bucket hat?
It's over there. I mean, I figured I might as well grab one. I mean, something's got to protect from the rain of threes that are going to happen from Boise State tonight, let's be honest. Bang, bang, bang.
Come this way a little bit so everybody can see you here. The Bronco Nation News logo is blocking off your head. Apparently, folks are pumped in the comments that you're here. They said the last 2 years, you've yet to – they've won every road game you've been to.
Undefeated on the road.
And where all is that?
That was Texas, and that was Vegas, man. So let's keep it rolling.
The A&M game. You were there at the A&M game, right?
That's correct, yeah. I personally took it upon myself to make number zero's life miserable. Tonight, there's a gentleman who is from the Netherlands. I've learned a little Dutch.
Okay.
Number 30, he's going to be my
he's your guy tonight.
He's the guy. I'm going to be respectful. It's a PSYOPs game. Let's be honest. I'm trying to help the troops. They are going to eventually deal with PSYOPs, so I might as well start.
I like that. You got the bling here tonight, man. You got the Mountain West Championship ring on a necklace there.
That's right. See me, I'm shining dog. I got the rings on, and then I got the watch too. So,
oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Where are you sitting? You gonna be over behind the BSU bench there?
I'm actually right behind Bob and Abe, so I follow them both on here and in the crowd. So
that's awesome.
Life imitating art as well.
Well, you might be able to hear them because there's probably not going to be a big crowd tonight. What do you make? Is this your first time here?
It is I went to a volleyball game.
Okay.
But this is
what do you make of the arena?
It's cozy. It's going to be 3/4, maybe more empty, so my voice will echo. So listen in on the broadcast on the Altitude or Mountain West app, and you'll hear me being respectful and annoying.
What's it been like for you the last couple of years getting the Blue Collar Club going and then seeing what Jeremiah Dickey's doing and also seeing the success that the athletics teams, football and particularly men's basketball, have been having?
Look, the only reason we're successful is because of the administration. Simple as that. Mr. Dickey and Mr. Gogler have been integral in our success thus far. We raised $43,000 last year. We're on pace for another $11,000 just in the first 4 months of the season. So it's been huge. And you look at where that money goes, it's to things like charter flights that are just critical for the success of this team. I don't think there's anybody on this team that won't attest to the fact that having to cram into, no offense to Southwest flight, is a tight fit. They don't have that A-class grouping that you get, so they don't have the luxury of, being able to stretch out. So it's a huge difference, and it makes it on these back-to-backs where they're headed over to San Diego to take on a ranked squad and make a difference down there too.
Yeah, it does. You see Boise State now on the floor going with the orange uniforms tonight. I kind of like the orange, just the script Broncos. The coaches have the retro polos on. What do you think of the orange uniforms?
It's stellar, especially against the blue background here at Air Force. You got to go all orange and rock it out.
So how can folks contribute to the Blue Collar Club?
So bluecollarclub.org/join is the way to do it. And you just click on the link there and you can do $10, $20 a month. It's all tax deductible. You'll get on our mailing list. We have some great Q&As. Riley Luper is going to be this month's Q&A. We had Thomas Bro play last month. You get to ask whatever you want of those folks. We've got some interesting folks. Maybe a Denver Broncos cheerleader that used to be a mainline dancer is going to be in the future.
There you go.
We've got some really interesting folks. Mr. Raines might even.
I've been waiting for my invitation, man. I guess you're going to go pretty far down the barrel until you run out of people and then ask me. But I'm game anytime.
Well, that's the challenge. Is when do we bring in the big guns?
You just wait. Just keep trying with other people. And when you get in a bind and you can't find anybody, I'm happy to fill in. And
all right.
When you need to boost the subscribers a little bit, I'll come in at the end and help push it across.
We'll get row paints to do some big giant logo.
There you go.
Head down to Lithia Ford.
There you go.
Idaho Central Credit Union is going to help finance.
Exactly. We can go down the line. We can
get a loan from Idaho Central.
Yes.
Bring it in and donate it all to Boise State through the Blue Collar Club. You'll never regret it. I can promise you. Oh, one last thing that's huge.
Yes.
The 31st of March through April 2nd is our Blue Collar Club weekend. That will be women's beach volleyball, softball, and tennis all on the same weekend. It's going to be awesome. We're going to try and do something at James again. So
yeah, that was fun.
Should be a hoot. So
you going back to the Mountain West tournament again?
I will not be there, but our friends Jordan and Derek will be.
Okay.
So they will be representing. We are going to set something up.
Let's do it. That, so. Yeah, let's do something and try to help push that. We had Jeremiah Dickey and a lot of the staff members that came to that last year. That was really cool. We had a lot of fun.
I think Wednesday is a good night to do that.
Yeah, night before the tournament. Hopefully night before Boise State plays, I guess.
Yeah.
What are you thinking about this game, man, before we let you go here? How are you feeling about the game?
Weird things happen here is all I'm going to say. I mean, Milner last year went crazy. So if he has 30 points, it'd be a real shame. But, I don't really know what to expect other than don't underestimate those cadets. And so I don't think they will. I think they're going to come out strong as long as they're hitting their shots. I like our chances.
Well, we're going to, like I said, not a huge crowd here, so I'm hoping I can hear you from across the court here. I want to hear you. I'll get some video of you, at some point, and we'll put that on the post-game show. But I'm glad you're here, man. Safe travels back after the game, and appreciate you. And, I know you and Abe Jackson have had a libation or two together, right? You guys, on the road. We're man, undefeated, so you got to keep it rolling.
We will. Thanks a lot. Appreciate your time,
man. Go check out. What's the website again?
BlueCollarClub.org.
BlueCollarClub.org. Go check it out. Donate. They're doing great things, and we appreciate you for coming on, man.
Thanks. Hi, Mom.
There he is, Joel York. Thanks, man. As always, appreciate him for coming on. We love all those guys at the Blue Collar Club, and I joke about it, but if you're you come to a road game, come down and say hello. We'll throw you on the pregame show. Why not? So. Having fun there, so appreciate him. We're going to hear from Leon Rice about Air Force. We got some stuff to get to. We're at a record viewership here, well over 100 people watching this live, and we appreciate you for that. Hopefully you'll consider a subscription to Bronco Nation News. It's just $70 for a full year, $6.99 for a month. You get exclusive recruiting stories, content, daily emails, breaking news sent to your emails, BNN After Dark. Some other shows are subscriber only. So a lot of great benefits for subscribers, as well as other discounts and things with some of our sponsors and golf tournament coming up, things like that. So hopefully you'll consider supporting our efforts here as the only media outlet making the trip to Colorado Springs, and consider a one-time fee of $70, or you can just pay $6.99 a month and subscribe as well. We would love to have you jump in. You can do that at BroncoNationNews.com. And if you sign up during the game or before the post-game show is over, we'll throw in a Bronco Nation News T-shirt, and let's throw in you can choose around the golf at Timberstone or a gift card to the Blue and Orange store. How about that? Sign up before the show is over, the post-game show that is. So you got a couple hours here. We'll throw in a Bronco Nation News T-shirt and a gift card to either the Blue and Orange store or a free round of golf at Timberstone Golf Course that essentially almost pays for your subscription by itself. So hopefully some folks will take advantage of that and jump in at BroncoNationNews.com. We're going to hear from Leon Rice. We want to thank our last group of sponsors. Boise Dentistry Co. Looking for a new dentist? Look no further. BoiseDentistryCo.com. Locations across the Treasure Valley. You can find one near you. 208-906-1255 is the phone number. And again, we highly recommend the fine folks at Boise Dentistry Co. If you're looking for insurance for your business, 229-822. How about United Commercial Insurance? They make business insurance easy. They can write business policy insurance in 44 states around the country. So make sure you check them out at UnitedCommercialInsurance.com. Matt Bauscher Real Estate will pick a Bauscher Real Estate player of the game after the game. So make sure you check out Matt Bauscher and Bauscher Real Estate. No home is too big or too small for the number one ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, use our friend Matt Bauscher, BauscherRealEstate.com. And I mentioned Timberstone Golf Course. I was out there for my second lesson with Tad Holloway the other day, yesterday actually. So I love their TrackMan simulators. They were comparing my swing to Justin Thomas and some of the things that he does that I need to work on my swing. And highly recommend, if you're looking for some golf lessons, get a set of 3 lessons. They're very affordable. And I added 30 yards to my 7-iron in 2 lessons. So 2 lessons, I added 30 yards to my 7-iron. So you can as well. Make the switch. Go out and check out Tad and get a lesson. Work on your game. Be ready when the weather warms up here at Timberstone Golf Course. Okay, you see Boise State on the court warming up again. Get in your score predictions. Let us know where you're watching from. We'll see who wins the award tonight for watching from the furthest away from Boise. As we count down about 21 minutes from tip-off, Boise State and Air Force. Big game for the Broncos here, really, when you think about it. I know everyone's looking ahead to Friday's game at San Diego State, but the game won't mean as much if you don't win this game. And it's kind of a scary game for me. I think this is going to be closer, and I hope I'm wrong, and Boise State coasts to a nice 15, 20-point win, and I can say I was wrong. I would love for that to happen for Boise State fans out there, but just a little bit of a scary game. It's a perfect scenario for a trap game, in my opinion. But Leon Rice has said this team does a tremendous job of not letting it affect them, not letting them think about games further ahead, and they focus on one game. They have this little ladder, and it works for them. And I did ask Leon Rice. Some people might think this is a trap game. What do you think? And here's what he had to say.
Fans, media, whoever might look at this and call it a trap game.
No, but we don't even know who we play next after this. We got one mission right now. That's it.
Well, there's Leon Rice. Wanted no talk of the trap game talk. I think it's a perfect scenario for that. Just with this team is, knowing that tomorrow they're going to be in 7-degree weather and 70-degree weather in San Diego, and they know that they're going to be, having nice weather. They got a huge game coming up, and I think that I think they know that this is a pretty big game for them. So I think that there's a lot at stake for Boise State in the game Friday, but there's a lot at stake in the game tonight first. I think it's a big game for Boise State. So Air Force 12-10 on the season, as you see Boise State warming up on the court. Our officials taking the court as well. We have a nice crew tonight. David Hall, Kevin Brill, and Michael Irving. Michael Irving, David Hall, and Kevin Brill. David Hall has done a lot of Boise State games lately, it seems like. He's done 3 or 4 already. He lives in the Denver area, I believe, so made the drive down. We'll work the game and make the drive back home. Not a bad night's work. David Hall, Michael Irving, Kevin Brill are the officials. As I said, Boise State 17-5, second place, sole possession of second place in the Mountain West. 7-2 is the conference record for Boise State. Air Force doing much better than they have in a long time. They are 12-10. They are 3-6 in the Mountain West, but they're in the terms of the KenPom numbers, on pace for their best finish at KenPom since 2013. You see Air Force making their way onto the floor here. We got some nice courtside seats here at Air Force, one of the few road venues in the Mountain West that still have media sitting courtside. But Air Force is much improved this season, and let's hear from Leon Rice again about Air Force. This is Leon Rice talking about Air Force.
These games come so fast and furious. I mean, we just were in here a minute ago after Colorado State, and now we're on to the next one. And it's a tough team to prepare for in a short period of time. And, I thought they looked terrific in their last game against New Mexico. And we know that a road game in the Mountain West against a team that's running their stuff as good as anybody in the country, it's going to be tough.
When a lot of people talk about the league being better this year, it's teams like Air Force and San Jose and stuff that have made big improvements. What is it about what Air Force is doing that's improved this year?
Joe knows what he's doing, and it's in place now, and they're clicking with it. They've had, like I said, that last game they played, they looked terrific.
This place at Air Force is a little different as far as I'm talking about venues than some of the other ones in the league, but it's equally as challenging. So, what's the toughest thing about playing there?
Well, it presents its own challenge. Every place has its different things that you have to deal with. I mean, first of all, you got altitude. You got a team that is maybe, I think, the third tempo-wise. They're bottom. And they're one of the slowest teams in the country, and they make you guard. And so they have a system that they stick with, and they know their system, and they can do it at breakneck speed, and that makes it tough.
Well, there's Leon Rice talking about Air Force and what makes it tough for Boise State to play against. We talked to Abe Jackson earlier on the pregame show about that you're going to look up and there's going to be 5 seconds left on the shot clock a lot with Air Force. They will, statistically, every possession they have. Oh, we got Kevin Brill in the house, one of the top officials there. We're, as I mentioned, you have Air Force, one of the slowest teams in the country in terms of tempo. They take the ball all the way down to the very end of the shot clock. A lot of cuts, a lot of back pits, things like that. So, it's a very deliberate style, probably going to be a little lower scoring than a typical game. Boise State shot like 68% here last year, so they're obviously going to need to try to do that again. But it's a big game. Is that R.J. Keene in the shoot-around? Yes, R.J. Keene is now able to participate in some non-contact drills. So R.J. Keene is no longer able to be a correspondent for Bronco Nation News because he is now out there warming up. He can dress for the games. He's obviously out injured still. He's not doing any contact things in practice. May get to start doing some scout team stuff by the end of the season, but as of now, he is just able to shoot and do the individual drills, but he is on his way back. Randy Stevens might be the winner tonight, 1,615 miles away. Charlotte, I think I'm the furthest away. We'll see, Randy. So far, it looks like you are. My wife and boys watching from the couch. Wish you were here as well. I'll be back in time tomorrow for Naismith's Talent Show. Naismith Rain's going to be singing the national anthem tomorrow at the River Valley Elementary Talent Show. I am taking an early flight, not getting much sleep tonight to make it back for my son's talent show. Then we have the signing day press conference at 2 o'clock tomorrow right after that. So we'll be down at the football facility for the signing day press conference. And then we'll have right back, we'll have our live show and be right back to San Diego for the game on Friday night. So quick week. A lot of discussion if this can be called a trap game. We've been talking a lot about it. I guess you could say no because Air Force is actually pretty good this year. They're better. But I still think that this is the game that a lot of people think they're going to just go in there and win big. You certainly have an Air Force team that's, the underdogs. You got the game Friday. I mean, maybe you can't call it a trap game, and I do think we'll find out a lot about Boise State in this game. But I do think there is potential that this would fall as a trap game scenario, and we'll see if it is or not, if Boise State can adjust to it. JD, I'm resubscribing soon. Really like Colin's work with the women's sports. Thank you. Yes, we were at the gymnastics meet. We've been at Boise State women's basketball. We'll be at softball. We're going to be covering all of these sports, not just basketball here. So they're going to do the national anthem and things. I think I need to get off the air here, but do appreciate everybody that has checked us out. My camera is not working right now, so I can't put myself back on screen, which is probably a good thing for everybody. Abbo is going to be the difference maker tonight. We'll see about that. But record viewership. This is probably in our 2 years of doing Bronco Nation News, the most viewers we've ever had on a pregame show. We were well over 100 watching live last time I looked a little bit ago. So appreciate everybody for checking us out. And again, hope you will subscribe. $6.99 a month or $70 for the full year, one-time subscription. And you get all kinds of great benefits. And like I said, if you sign up before the end of the postgame show, we'll throw in a Bronco Nation News T-shirt, and you can pick a gift card to either Blue and Orange store or a free round of golf at Timberstone. How about that? So appreciate everybody for checking us out as the crowd files in here. Enjoy the game. Thanks a lot for checking us out. And again, thanks to all of our sponsors, Lithia, Ford of Boise, Idaho Central Credit Union, rowpaint.com. Should be a fun one over on the Mountain West Network. Feel free to listen to Bob and Abe on 670 KBOI as well. And we'll be back after the game. We're going to have Leon Rice and players live. Sit down with us live on the postgame show. The postgame show will start sooner than usual. So if you usually wait 30 minutes to watch us, we're going to be on 5 or 10 minutes after the game ends, pretty quick, because we're the only media outlet down here. So we'll be getting Coach Rice and the players on live right here on the show. So right when the game ends, flip over to YouTube. We'll have the link live, and we'll be on the post-game show pretty much right after the game ends. So appreciate everybody. Enjoy the game. We'll talk to you about 5-10 minutes after the game ends. Big one for Boise State at the Air Force Academy. Full coverage, Bronco Nation News, BroncoNationNews.com. My name is BJ Rains. We'll talk to you in a couple hours. Good luck to the Broncos. Big one tonight against Air Force. We'll talk to you after the game. Bronco Nation News Live, Bronco Nation News, the Lithia Boise pregame show, BroncoNationNews.com.